You ever look at your dog and think, wow, you really think you run this place, don't you? I mean, it's almost comical how some dogs strut around like they're the ones in charge. If you're a dog owner, you might have noticed some signs that your furry friend believes they're the boss. Today, we're diving into the 10 most telltale signs that your dog thinks it's the head honcho of your household. Grab a snack, get comfy, because we're about to unpack this canine hierarchy. First up, let's talk about the infamous door blocking. You know the scene. You're trying to leave the house, and there's your pooch, right at the door, refusing to budge. They've got that look in their eyes like, oh no, you're not going anywhere without my permission. It's like they've got a little clipboard in their paws, checking off who gets to leave and who doesn't. If your dog is the self-appointed gatekeeper of your home, congratulations! You've got a bossy pup on your hands. Now, if your dog has a tendency to assert itself during mealtime, that's another classic sign. Picture this. You're sitting down to eat, and suddenly your dog is right there, staring at you with those big, soulful eyes. Or even worse, they're pawing at you, demanding that you share your food. It's like they've taken on the role of the food critic, judging your every bite. If they're the type to bark or whine until you give in, you might want to check your dog's resume because they're clearly running the show when it comes to mealtimes. Let's move on to the classic toy hoarding behavior. You know what I'm talking about. Your dog has a collection of toys, and they've decided that every single one belongs to them. You might have bought them a new squeaky toy, but suddenly, it's like they've claimed the entire living room as their personal playground. They'll carry around one toy while guarding the rest, giving you that look that says, touch my toys and you'll regret it. It's their kingdom, and you're just living in it. Speaking of toys, if your dog is the type to protect their toys from you or other pets, that's another red flag. You might be trying to play fetch, and suddenly, your dog is growling at you like, this is mine, and you can't have it. It's as if they're saying, I'm the boss here, and you're just a lowly servant. If your dog is possessive over their belongings, they've definitely got a little power trip going on. And let's not forget about the infamous bed hog situation. You know what I mean. Your dog has claimed the best spot on the couch or the bed, and they're not moving for anything. You might try to shift them over gently, but they'll just give you that look, like, excuse me, but this is my throne. If your dog has taken over your sleeping space and refuses to share, it's a clear sign they think they're the boss of comfort too. Now, let's talk about the demanding bark. Some dogs have perfected the art of barking to get what they want. Whether it's for treats, toys, or just your attention, they've figured out that a well-timed bark can get you to jump into action. You might think you're the one in control, but really, your dog has you wrapped around their little paw. If your pup has a specific bark for every occasion, it's safe to say they're calling the shots when it comes to communication. Then there's the attention-seeking behavior. If your dog is constantly nudging you, pawing at you, or even jumping up to get your attention, they're definitely trying to assert their dominance in your life. It's like they're saying, hey, human, I'm more important than whatever you're doing right now. If you find yourself constantly interrupted by a furry friend demanding cuddles or playtime, you've got a little boss on your hands. Now, let's talk about the grooming situation. If your dog is the type to groom you, licking your face or hands, it's not just affection, it's a sign of dominance. In dog language, grooming is a way to assert social status. So, if your dog is giving you a bath, they might just be reminding you who's really in charge here. It's like they're saying, you're my human, and I'm keeping you clean because I'm the boss. Another sign of a bossy dog is when they take the lead on walks. If your dog is pulling you along, making the decisions about where to go, it's clear they think they're in charge. You might find yourself following their lead, and before you know it, you're being dragged all over the neighborhood. It's like they've got a map in their head, and you're just along for the ride. If your walks are more about their agenda than yours, it's time to take back the reins. Finally, let's not forget about the stubbornness. If your dog refuses to listen to commands or obey your requests, it's a sure sign they think they're the boss. You might be calling them to come inside, and they're just standing there, looking at you like, Nah, I'm good out here. It's as if they're saying, I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. If your dog has mastered the art of selective hearing, you've definitely got a little boss in your midst. So there you have it. 10 signs that your dog thinks it's the boss of your household. Whether it's blocking doors, hoarding toys, or demanding attention, these behaviors are all part of their charming, yet sometimes exasperating personality. Embrace the chaos, because at the end of the day, they may think they're in charge, but we all know who really runs the show. Us, the humans.